Hello students, here now we have completed our portion for computer subject. Okay, so you'll have 5 chapters. That is chapter number 1, computer is components. Second chapter, computer memory. Third chapter, Excel, creating worksheet. Fourth chapter, Excel, formula and functions. And the fifth chapter, Excel, creating charts. Out of this, first 3 chapters revision I'm taking in this video. So chapter wise we will go and we will see what we have learned. Chapter number 1, computer, its components. All of you know computer everywhere in the today's life. Computers are used everywhere. Okay, a computer is an electronic machine. The terms related to computer are data, instructions, information, software, hardware, storage, network, etc. What all this means? All this means all of you aware. Data means the raw information, and with instructions, this raw information data changes into information. This software and hardware. Software means the programs or the applications which we are using on the computer, and hardware means the actual computer parts which we can touch, we can access. Storage, whenever you are writing a program, whenever you are getting the result, you need to store it somewhere in computer's memory. So computer should have storage. Network, all the computers when in the world are getting connected, that is called a network, or it is called internet. Speed, accuracy, reliability, versatility, huge storage capacity, multitasking. Because of all these features, computer become the integral part of our day-to-day life. Speed, computer works very speedily. The speed of computer is much more larger than the human being. Accuracy, it gives the accurate result. Reliability, it is very speedily works and it gives the accurate result within no time. So it is we are more and more reliable on the computer output or computer results. Versatility, it can do many type of jobs, that is versatility. It is having huge storage capacity. Multitasking, at a time it can do many jobs, many works. These are the features of computer. A computer does 4 main jobs, that is input data, process it, displays the output as information, and finally stores it. Okay, so we are going to learn the input devices. Some of the input devices are mentioned here. That is keyboard. Keyboard means it's a plate on which many keys are there, many buttons are there, and on those buttons many alphabets, somewhere alphabets, somewhere numbers, somewhere other characters are written. That is called a keyboard. This is an input device through which we can type the information and give it to the computer. Mouse is again a input, small input device which is having, it's a pointing device that fits comfortably under the palm of your hand. You can use the mouse to select or move items on the screen, as well as to provide instructions for the computer to follow. The top of mouse has 2 buttons and a scroll wheel. The button of a mouse is flat and contains a mechanism that detects the movement of the mouse. Then touchpad. Touchpad means here you have to, touchpad you must have experienced in the laptops, whenever you are using laptops. So touchpad is a flat pressure sensitive surface that is used on the notebook computers or laptop computers. You can move the pointer on the screen by moving your finger along the surface of the pad. Joystick. The joystick is a pointing device which is used to control the actions in a computer game. It has a virtual lever mounted on a base. You move the lever in different directions to control the action in a game. Graphic tablet. Graphic tablet is also called a digitizer. It is an input device which has a special pen to write on it. It is used to draw images on the computer as well as to give instructions to the computer. Then comes the touch screen. Touch screen is a screen that you can touch with your finger to input information. Means to give information, we can use that. All of you know about the smartphone's touch screen. Okay, your finger acts as the pointing device. Tablet, PC, smartphones and the ATMs Use touchscreen to input instructions. Motion input. Motion inputs means air gestures involve moving your body or a handheld input device through the air. With motion input, a device containing a camera detects your actions, gestures, and then converts it into the digital signal that is sent to the computer or game device. Okay. Digital camera. Digital camera, all of you know, it's called digicam. It is an electronic input used to capture and store photographs electronically in the computer. Only photographs, not the text. Microphone. Microphone is the device which stores your voice or any other surrounding voice. Okay, microphone is an voice input device used to send your voice into the computer. Then a scanner. Scanner, it is yeah, barcode reader. It is most of the products are having some barcodes. To read the barcode, this device is used. It reads the information. It reads the barcode from the scanner inside the device, and it converts it to it converts the information and give it to the computer. Scanner. A scanner is an input device used to send images and text directly into the computer. Okay, you can scan images such as photographs, drawings, and logos into a computer. Commonly used scanners are flatbed and handheld scanners. Okay, these are the input device through which we can give information. There are output devices. Monitor, all of you know, through which we can see the information. Laser printer, inkjet printer, dot matrix printer. Dot matrix printers are used in olden days. Inkjet printer and laser printers still are getting used. Inkjet printer is comparatively smaller than laser printer. It sprays the ink whenever the printout through the It sprays the ink on the paper. Inkjet printers produce the text and graphics in both black and white and color also, whereas laser printers use the laser beam to give the output. Okay, then comes the speakers. Speakers are used to, it's an output device that produces music, speech, or other sounds that you have stored on your computers. Then data projector. Projector is an output device that projects the data being displayed on a computer screen on a large screen so that the audience can see the image clearly. Okay, whatever we can see on the computer screen, that is small, but that data projector projects this on a big wall or a big screen. Okay, the size become big. Smartboard. Smartboard is an output device that displays the image on a connected computer screen, usually via data projector. See, whenever smart board, we can use the board as a normal board also, or we can show the images through computer by using the data projector on this smart board also, and we can work in that. Okay, so these are the output devices. Now comes the storage devices. Storage devices means where we can store the data. Those are called storage devices. Now here see, hard disk. Hard disk is called a hard disk drive, or a hard disk is the main permanent storage area of your computer. The hard disk sits inside the computer case. Inside the CPU, you can see the hard disk. Now optical disk. Optical disk is a type of storage device that consists of a flat, round, portable disk made up of metal, plastic, or uh, and we can write the information on it by a laser. Okay, Blu-ray disc. Same, it is Blu-ray disc is a new DVD format which has a higher capacity and better quality than the standard DVDs or CDs. Flash drive, that is you call pen drive, it is having USB port, and you through that you can put this in the computer CPU or in the laptop, and it can read the information and it can store the information. Now memory card. Memory card is a removable storage device usually no bigger than 1.5 inches in a height or width. that you can insert it and remove from the slot in a computer, mobile device, and card reader writer. All of you know memory card also. Okay, so you must have seen, you must have not seen the hard disk, but optical disk, Blu-ray disk, flash drive, and memory card, all this you must have seen. Now, processing devices. Processing devices means which processes the data inside the CPU. Generally, we are not able to see those processing devices. This processor image. It is a small chip which can perform the things, or which can do the work for our computer, and it is inside the CPU. This another many other chips, many other companies, they are manufacturing different chips which are much more higher capacity chips. In that, Intel is there, AMD companies is there, and multi-core processors means more than one processor. That chip, single chip, is having more than one processor also, so it is called multi-core processors. With this, we have completed the first chapter. Now, in the first chapter, all of you have to learn about input devices, output devices, storage devices, processing devices, all this. You should see the images also properly. Now, the second chapter, computer memory. Now, all of you know what is memory. Okay, even human being is having memory. Some memories are short and some memories are long. Means some many things we can store it in our brain also. For as a human being, in our brain also we can store many things for a longer period. But whereas some things we can forget after some days or some months. Okay, so short, long and short memories even human being is having. So when the computer works, how it works, that first we will see. See, it is taking input from the input devices that we have seen, we have learned in the first chapter. Then it goes, that input information or the data goes to the CPU. The CPU is divided into generally three parts: control unit, ALU, registers, and the memory unit. So whatever things computer should store, that goes to memory unit. And then in the control unit, it controls everything. ALU unit does the calculation part and it gives the output. So to manage everything, CPU manages the whole process. In that memory units, we are going to learn what is memory, how it stores, and what are the units to measure the memory. So here we have seen byte, bits, all this. What is a byte? Is the minimum space required to storage a character. Okay, but there are 8 bits becomes 1 byte. Okay, 8 small bits, 8 small characters, or what you called it, this binary digits or bits. So 8 binary digits together becomes 1 byte. That is the smallest bit, is the smallest unit for measuring the memory. See, it is given 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. 1 kilobyte is equal to 1024 bytes. 1 megabytes is equal to 1024 kilobytes. Like this, it goes on increasing. This table up to the 4th level, all of you have to study. Now we will see just 1 byte is equal to 1 character. A character can be a number, letter, or a symbol. 1 byte consists of 8 bits, that is 8 binary digits. That becomes 1 character. Okay, 1 byte, that is 1 character, means combination of 8 bits is a 1 character. Remember this. 1 petabyte is, yeah, 1 petabyte is 1024 terabytes. That is approximately equal to room full of books. Then 1 kilobyte is 1024 bytes. This is approximately equal to 1 page. All this we have learned in detail in your chapter number 2 videos. Correct. Then 1 megabyte is 1024 kilobytes. That is approximately equal to 1 book. 1 terabyte is equal to 1024 gigabytes, that equals to entire book stand, and 1 gigabyte is equal to 1024 megabytes, that is approximately equal to bunch of books. Okay, many books and room full of books also You can say that. Okay. Now here we will see what is primary memory. Okay. Here we have to concentrate on this. Primary memory is often known as the working memory or the main memory of a computer. Primary memory is of two types, volatile and non-volatile. When the computer is turned off, the volatile memory loses its contents. Non-volatile memory, in contrast, does not lose the contents when the computer is turned off. RAM and ROM are two major types of primary memory. One is volatile and one is non-volatile. They are made up of semiconductor material. A computer cannot run without primary memory. It should have primary memory, then only we can work properly on the computer. And RAM and ROM, these are the two types of primary memory. Now we will see RAM and ROM in detail. RAM, random access memory. RAM, also called them as main memory. It consists of memory chips that can be read from and written to by the processor and the other devices. When you turn on a computer, certain operating system files are loaded into RAM from a storage device such as hard disk. These files remain in RAM as long as the computer is on. Initially in the RAM, nothing is there. Whenever you will start the computer and you will start giving the instructions, the files which are important to start the computer will come in the RAM, and then it will start working. Whenever you will switch off the computer, that time again whatever is there in the RAM, it will get vanished. The contents will not remain no more in the RAM memory. The processor CPU interprets and executes a program or application instructions while the program or application is in RAM. During this time, the contents of RAM may change. RAM is a volatile memory. For this reason, you must save the items you may need in the future. Saving is the process of copying items from RAM to the hard disk. See, RAM is a volatile memory, means whenever you will switch off the computer, the whatever contents are there in the RAM memory, it is going to get vanished. It is going to get deleted. Okay. So that's why you have to save. Whenever you will do the work, you have to save. Saving means what it does? Saving means from the RAM memory, it passes this information to the hard disk to save it permanently. Now some types of RAM. There are three common types of RAM chips: dynamic, static and magnetoresistive RAM. Dynamic RAM, DRAM, is inexpensive and the most popular type of main memory used in the computer. Many variants of DRAM chips exist, most of which are faster than the basic DRAM. Quickly we will see this: dynamic RAM, that is DRAM, SDRAM, synchronous DRAM, it is faster and more reliable than DRAM. DDR, SDRAM, double data rate, so the speed is double, it is faster than SDRAM and transfers data twice instead of once for each clock style. DDR2, it is second generation of DDR with faster speed. Generation by generation, the speed is becoming greater. DDR3, it is third generation, which is designed for computers which multi-core processors. It is faster than DDR2. DDR4, it is fourth generation of DDR, which is faster than DDR3. RDRAM, Rambus DRAM, it is much faster than SDRAM. Okay, so this few things you have to learn. Other types of RAM: static RAM, SRAM. It is efficient and fast but very expensive. SRAM is used only in small amounts as cache memory in a computer. Cache memory improves the performance of a computer by storing the data which the computer frequently used. We are going to learn what is cache memory. Magnetoresistive RAM. It stores data using magnetic charges instead of electrical charges. MRAM has greater storage capacity, consumes less power and has faster access time than over RAMs. MRAM retains its contents after the computer is switched off. This is the peculiar thing, which could prevent loss of data for the user. Otherwise, generally from RAM, the data get vanished. Memory module. A memory module is a circuit board that holds memory chips. RAM is a type of memory chip that makes up the main memory in the computer systems. Two types of memory modules are there, SIMMS and DIMMS. A single inline memory module, that is SIMM, has pin on one opposite side of the circuit board that connects together to form a single set of contacts. With the dual inline memory module, that is DIMM, by contrast, the pin opposite side of the circuit board do not connect and thus form two sets of contacts. Okay. RAM requirement. The amount of RAM on the computer determines the amount of programs and data a computer can handle at one time, which affects the overall performance. A computer can only manipulate data that is in its main memory. More the RAM, faster the computer will respond. The RAM should be more, then the computer speed will become increase. RAM, read only memory. This is the another type of memory. ROM. ROM refers to the memory chip used for storing data that can be read only, where you cannot write. Okay. The data on the ROM chip cannot be modified, hence the name read only memory. ROM is a non-volatile. Its contents are not lost when the computer is switched off. ROM chips contains data, instructions and information that is recorded permanently. You cannot delete, you cannot add, you cannot modify the instructions which are there on the ROM chip. Manufacturers of ROM chips often record the data, instructions or information on the chip when they manufacture them. These ROM chips are also called firmware. Some variations of ROM chip. A programmable read-only memory. This is a blank ROM chip on which you can place items permanently. Programmers use microcode instructions to program a ROM chip. An erasable programmable ROM. In this, the contents are erased by the ultraviolet light and reprogrammed by a PROM program. An electrically EPROM. This allows a programmer to erase the microcode with a electric signal. Okay. Now here, cache memory. Cache memory is a temporary storage for instructions and data that enhances the CPU speed. Cache memory improves the processing speed of a computer because it stores frequently used instructions and data. Cache is built directly in the processor chip. Most modern computers have three types of layers of cache memory: level 1, level 2 and level 3. Level 1, it is built directly on the processor chip. It is usually has a very small capacity. Level 2, it is slightly slower than L1 cache but has much larger capacity. Level 3, it is a cache on the motherboard that is separate from the processor chip. There are variations in this. Cache memory. When the processor needs an instruction or order, it is first searches the cache memory in the order level 1, level 2 and level 3. If it does not locate the item in the cache memory, then it searches the RAM. Okay, if the instructions or data is not found in RAM, then it searches in the storage devices such as hard disk. So in all this process, it takes time. So better if we'll have a cache memory, directly it will go and search the instructions which are frequently used and it can get from there. So the speed is high. Secondary memory. It is used to store data for a long time. It operates at a slower rate than the primary memory. This memory is permanent in nature. It is known as non-volatile memory. Means whenever we will switch off the computer, this memory contents will not get lost. It is known as the backup memory. The main example of secondary memory is hard disk. All of you should know. The example of permanent memory is hard disk. Okay, or secondary memory is hard disk. It is called backup memory also. It is non-volatile. These things, these terms, you learn properly. Now we will see the third chapter, that is Excel creating worksheet. How to create worksheet, what is worksheet, all that we have learned, so we know it. A spreadsheet file is called a workbook, which is like a notebook having many individual worksheets. On each worksheets of Excel, Excel has 16,382 columns and 10,48,576 rows in Excel 2016 version. The intersection of rows and columns are called a cell. Cell is identified by the column and row in which it is located. For example, the intersection of column B and column row 5 is referred to as B5, which is called cell address. Cell may contain three types of data: label, that is text, values, numbers, and formulas. Now, afterwards, we have learned what is formula also. Creating a worksheet. Whenever you want to create a worksheet, open a blank worksheet, click on the cell where you want to enter the data, type the data. The data you type appears in the active cell and in the formula bar. Press the enter key to enter the data and move down one cell. After typing the information in these cells in the worksheet, in the workbook, we can save the workbook. Click as save. Click on the file tab and click on the save as dialog box appears. Then click on these areas to navigate to hold in which you want to save the file. Then select the proper folder. Type the name of the file and click on the save button. It will save the file with the name, and the name will appear in the title bar. Inserting a row. Now, whenever you have typed the data, suppose you want to insert a row, what you will do, select the row where you want to insert in a new row. Click on the home tab, click down the arrow of the insert, and then click on the insert sheet row. See, you have to click on the home tab, then click on the insert option, and then click on insert sheet row. So full row will get inserted. Same way we can insert the column. You can add a column in the worksheet. Select the column where you want to insert a new column. Click on the home tab, click on the down arrow of the insert, click on the insert sheet columns. Instead of rows, you give columns. So column will get inserted. Deleting a row and column. Delete a column. Suppose you want to delete a column, select the, take your cursor at the header, column header, select the column that you want to delete by clicking just once on that column. Click on the home tab and click on the down arrow of delete. Click on the delete sheet column, not the cell or not the full workbook. Same way you can delete the row also. So if it is deleted, you can insert a row, insert a particular column, or you can delete a single cell, or you can insert a single cell also. Now, after that, autofill feature. Okay, generating a series. Here, suppose 1 and 2, this is given, and we want the series of numbers. After 1, 2, 3, 4, in this sequence, we want the number series. So, what we have to do, type the value 1 and 2. This series you are going to specify. So, highlight number 1 and 2 and take your mouse pointer at the right hand bottom corner of that cell. So the arrow changes to thin plus sign and just drag over the columns, over the cells. It will generate the series from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up to wherever number, whichever number you want, and then release the mouse button. Generating a text series. Now here you can have the month names or weekdays names like that. Suppose for that I'm typing the word January in one cell, and just move your mouse pointer at the bring it at the bottom of that particular cell on the right side, and just drag it over the remaining cells. You will get all the months name. Okay, not up to December. After December also, if you want to pull it down on the different cells, it will start again from January. Same way, you can generate the series of weekdays also. Okay. Now here data series is given. For data series, again here I have mentioned two dates, and at the B4, B3 cell, at on the right hand side I'm bringing my mouse pointer and just dragging over the remaining cells. That data is getting means I'm getting the data series date series here, that is 12, 13, 14. The month is same. Okay, like this you can generate. Create formatting worksheets, changing the font and its size. Suppose we have typed the data. Afterwards, I thought okay, I should change the font and its color, size, everything. So here I have selected the I have highlighted the heading. Now I'm selecting the font. Go to Home tab, Font Group. There is a font beside that arrow is mentioned. Click on that arrow. It will show you the list of fonts available. Select any particular font. You can select, change the size of the font also by clicking on the arrow beside the size. Then you can changing data across the columns. You can merge the data here. I want to show this progress report as a heading for all the columns up to H column. So what I'm doing, I'm selecting the first row columns from A column up to H column, and I'm clicking on the in the align home tab alignment group merge and center option, and I'm clicking and merging those cells, so it will become only one particular cell. Formatting worksheet. Again, in the formatting worksheet, whatever data we have given, we can give it bold, italic and underline also for the data. For that, see, the buttons are available in the home tab font group. But for that, first select the data and then select out of this three buttons, select any button. Accordingly, you can see the changes. Changing the alignment of the data. Alignment means the where we are exactly writing the data, on the left side, right side, center or justified. Now here alignment facility is available in the alignment group, home tab alignment group. First select the data and select the alignment, vertical and horizontal, both the type of alignments are available. Choose accordingly. Now changing the color for the cells. Here we can change, we can give highlightation mark for the cells. That facility is available in the font group. See, fill with color tool is there. But for that, select the cell where you want to fill the color, and then click on the arrow beside that fill with color tool, and then select the color, whichever color you want to put in that particular range of cells. Changing the color of data means here we can change the text color. For changing text color, see home tab font group, there is a button where alphabet A is written and below that a color strip is given. If you'll click on that, you will get the color which is showing in the font group. But if you'll click on the arrow beside that, you will get a color palette and select the proper color accordingly, according to your wish. Adding conditional formatting means what? On some condition we want to give such formatting. Here our condition is that those marks are greater than 70, we are going to give them some color, pink color or red color. Okay, for that what to do? Select the data first and then click on conditional formatting option and then specify the condition here, equal to, greater than, equal to, whatever condition you want to put. Specify that condition, specify the number, click on OK. According to our instructions, it will show us the formatted data. We can add border to the data. That border option again is available in the home tab font group. But for that again you have to select the data and then only select the border. It will get applied to your data. Removing conditional formatting. Suppose we want to remove the conditional formatting. What to do? Again select the data where you have given the conditional formatting. Click on the conditional home tab conditional formatting option and clear rules. Out of that, clear rules from the selected cells or from the entire sheet. If any other conditional formatting is given, that also will get removed by clicking on clear rules from the entire sheet. Otherwise, particular cell if you want, click the earlier option. Then like this we have completed the third chapter also. Now first, second and third chapter revision. I have tried to do the revision for these three chapters. if something is left in the live session, I will try to cover it. If you have doubts for these 3 chapters in the live session, we'll try to cover it. And for the exam, there are 5 chapters. The remaining 2 chapters video I will send in the as a second part. So all of you go through this video, try to understand the things, revise the things, and study well for your exam. By then, thank you.